you actually been through this.
Yes, I have.
Right?
I've been through the lot. Trust me.
Yes. What is your golden advice for a foreigner who's planning to move to Turkey? Not just buy a real estate, move and live in Turkey. What is your golden advice?
Wow. This is
Tough question.
This is proper tough.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Straight Talk. Today we're doing something interesting, something that we haven't done before. We're here with Nezir Can, who is our manager here at the Client Advisory Department, who has a very interesting story. Actually, a story that, if we know more about, I believe will help our clientele a great deal.
Well, I hope
because,
so.
yeah, you were born and grew up in Australia.
I was born and brought up in Australia till the end of my schooling years.
Yeah.
And then straight after schooling, as a typical Australian, we decided to travel a bit.
Yeah.
Came to Turkey, met my wife. We decided to get married. After I got married, I packed it all in. And then my wife decided, me being the man of the house, the proper man of the house, the proper man of the house, she decided we're going to live in Turkey.
Yeah.
But I always have the final say, and it's always yes, dear, as you wish, dear. So eventually we ended up in Turkey. We decided to stay. To be brutally honest, at the time, we're talking 93, 94, Turkey was a different country, and I really did want to go back to Australia.
It wasn't as developed as it is
No,
now,
absolutely
was
not. Let's be honest. Even though people were still the same, people were beautiful. I mean, people have always been smashing. But it wasn't as developed. It was difficult. It was difficult from getting A to B, and the roads weren't up to scratch, and so on. Nonetheless, my wife decided we're going to live in Turkey.
1993.
Yeah, 93, 94 it was.
93.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you probably weren't even born. Were you born?
I was born.
You was?
Yeah.
All right, well, fair enough then.
Yeah.
I'm just giving my age away, so.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it, though. I ain't
50.
complaining. I'm 50.
50 years old. Wow.
So, getting back to what I was saying, after we got married, to be honest, I didn't want to live up north, up this way.
Yeah.
Because at the time, nobody spoke English. It was really difficult. My Turkish wasn't the best. I mean, I was...
Were you able to speak any Turkish when you came in here?
Very little. I did. Like Australian Turkish, I used to speak. You know, like in Australia, my Turkish sounded pretty good. But coming to Turkey...
You realized that your accent was broken.
Well, it was... and the Turks made it brutally obvious. You know, they just kept on picking on me. They love doing that. They love making fun of the mistakes you make when you're trying to speak.
90s Turks were brutal, man.
Sorry?
90s Turks were brutal.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can say that again.
Yeah.
So we decided to move down south to a place called Fethiye. I mean, I'm sure most of you are pretty familiar with it. It's predominantly British.
Yeah, but wasn't it a big culture shock for you when you left Australia and came to Turkey? I mean...
Well, to be honest, it was, but I have to be, once again, very honest about this. I'm not a true blue Australian. My ancestry, my parents were born in Turkey. My grandparents were born in Bulgaria. So, therefore, I kind of knew what to expect. I didn't think it would be this difficult. I've got to be honest with you. You know, at the time, there's no Google, there's no...
Yeah,
I mean,
there's nothing.
You know, I mean, you have you ever heard of an encyclopedia? You know, we used to read them out of encyclopedias in those good old days. So there wasn't a lot I knew about this country. And then we went to Fethiye for our honeymoon, and we liked Fethiye because it's predominantly British. So they spoke my language, if you like.
Yeah.
I could understand what they're saying, and so on. So we decided to move down there. We settled down there, start up a business, you know, tourism sector, which went pretty well. We did very well. And then I started spending my winters in England, hence the change in the accent. The accent's all over the place now.
Yeah.
When I first came, it was broad Australian. Now it's a bit of British.
I'd say it's Australian.
You think so? Well,
It
thank
is,
you.
it is, yeah.
I'll take that as a compliment. I like that. I like the fact that I haven't lost it much.
I mean, but I'll tell you something. I met a lot of Aussies in my life, but your accent is quite unique.
Well, thank you. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know.
Are you
It is what it
complimenting
is.
me, or are you
It is what it is. I mean, it's just
Right, fair enough
I don't
then.
know. I can understand, guys. Why don't you comment down below if you can understand Nez's accent? Because
If you
yeah.
think we need subtitles,
Yeah.
please let us know.
because there might be a quite good portion of the audience that will be like, which language is this guy speaking right now? You know, so you know.
I mean, trust me, it's been called, like, I've been called South African, I've been called Canadian, I've been called what's that, Cockney. I've been called all sorts. You know, Cockney is like an accent in Britain.
Yeah.
I've been called all sorts, and as long as we can understand each other, call me whatever you want. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but over the phone you only have your voice, so people need to understand this accent.
They do.
Yeah,
indeed.
that's one thing,
They do
yeah.
indeed.
But how was Fethiye? Did you like the place? Was it up to your expectations? Because you spent quite a bit of time over there.
I
didn't
did.
you?
I spent my family. We spent 22 years of our lives in Fethiye. To be honest, I love Fethiye. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got to be very honest with you. I love Fethiye. Fethiye, nothing beats it.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love it. I mean,
See-
it's such an easy, laid-back lifestyle. You know,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's the only problem I found with Fethiye was business-wise, it was a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like 6 months of the year, tourism season, and then 6 months you're just sitting on your backside,
picking
not
up
doing a lot,
tomatoes.
picking up the mails exactly, and
Yeah.
messing about with the cats and dogs that are running
Yeah.
around. You know,
You go to the local kahvehane, kıraathane.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like kahvehane, kıraathane.
You
I'm
didn't
not
play
type-
backgammon with the
I
locals?
love playing backgammon with the
Yeah.
locals, but not as much as you'd think. You know.
Yeah.
So therefore, being Australian, I'm more sporty, so I was doing a lot of sports in the winter.
Oh
so-
yeah, talk to me about that. Fethiye is a great location for all the sports, right?
Well, the weather's perfect.
Yeah.
The weather's perfect. I mean, I'd say maybe 365 days, maybe 80, 90 of them days you get some rain. You get a lot of rain at night. It's really funny.
So it's like 10 months of summer.
Yarny,
Easy.
around about. And the funny thing is, right, it's beautiful. It rains at night time, and then in the morning the sun's up, and you think, wow, you know, you can't
Yeah.
go wrong.
I'm from Izmir, so the weather is pretty similar.
Very similar,
Yeah.
very similar to
Yeah.
Izmir. But Izmir's a bit. At the time, I used to think Izmir was a bit more crowded. You know, too many people in Izmir. But then I ended up in Istanbul, so I
I don't
rest my
like
case.
Izmir, to be honest with you. A lot of people a lot of people in the audience, they're like, "Oh, Alaattin, talk to us about Izmir. You know, it looks like an amazing city, very laid back. Man, I'm from Izmir. To be honest with you, I don't like Izmir.
Why is that? If you
Uh,
don't mind me asking, I don't know
okay.
Izmir very well.
Yeah,
So
I'll tell you one
please.
thing. Humidity.
Okay.
You don't see nothing.
Antalya's
You
like
don't
that
see
too.
in front of you.
Yeah.
It's just during clear day. There's just you're at the city center. You're seeing the towers, but you're seeing the silhouette of the buildings. You
Yeah.
don't see the actual buildings. And the funny thing is, they're not actually that far away. You know, and that's where I would choose Bodrum over any other place.
Oh, yeah.
Any other place,
Well, I mean-
including Fethiye. Fethiye, look, I'm gonna tell you something. Would I live in Fethiye? Personally, talking about Alaattin, the person, I wouldn't live in Fethiye.
Why is that?
Humidity. I don't like it.
There's not a lot. Fethiye's not like
There
Izmir.
is
A wee bit, maybe
humid.
maybe a little bit, but trust me, it's not as bad
I
as
compare it to
Izmir or
Bodrum.
Antalya.
Compare it to Bodrum Center.
Yeah, but
Look,
don't compare it to Bodrum. Bodrum's like the Turkish Riviera, you know. Like, I mean, only people that can afford it can live there. Let's be honest.
yeah,
like-
but I mean, we're just hypothetically speaking.
All right, fair enough.
So
Fair
I
enough
don't
then.
own anything in Fethiye
No,
either. So for me, it makes no sense.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
fortunate. I do have
Yeah.
a little apartment in Fethiye,
Yeah.
so
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called? A dog in the fight? I don't have a dog in the fight.
you don't have a dog in the... No, you don't, so you mind
Yeah,
your own
so I
business.
don't
So you
own
mind your own
properties.
business.
Yeah.
You sit back down and mind your own business, dude.
Yes.
And don't expect me to be kind to you like Cameron is always kind to you, mate. I'm just...
Cameron. Yeah, you're a bit tough, and I think that toughness comes from your sporty side. And I think Fethiye helped a lot there, right? Scuba diving, paragliding,
A lot. I mean...
paddling,
bike riding.
cycling.
Look, mate,
Cycling is a big thing over
I
there.
mean, I used to ride my bike to work and then ride my bike to the gym and then ride my bike back. I hardly used to drive in Fethiye. So, you know, what a lifestyle. What a lifestyle. I mean, and then you end up in Istanbul where you go, where
Yeah.
the traffic's unbelievably brilliant.
Yeah, but you've been coming and going to Istanbul for the past 20 years, right?
I have,
You
I have.
have been on and off.
I have,
So
yes.
you're not a complete stranger.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. I spent a lot of time in the Grand Bazaar because of my previous business before I got into real estate.
Yeah.
I was in the jewelry sector.
Yeah.
So therefore, you know, that region, the Grand Bazaar, Sultanahmet area, very, very familiar with.
Yeah.
This side, Shishli and the rest, I learned in the last, 6 years since I've been here.
Yeah.
Because I've been in the sector for 10 years, 4 years in Fethiye, and then
6 years in
yeah.
Istanbul.
So,
yeah.
you know, and don't get me wrong, I'm loving it. I think I'm used to Istanbul as well, though. Let's be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit like Stockholm syndrome, you know.
Yeah, I like Istanbul.
I
like
like
Istanbul better than Izmir. I like Istanbul better than Bodrum too, because
Really?
yeah, because I live in Zekeriyaköy. See, this is what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think that Istanbul crowded metropolis.
It's not,
big.
is it? It's not everywhere.
Well, look, go to Zekeriyaköy, go to Büyükçekmece, go to Beykoz, these types of places. Complete village life.
Yeah.
Low humidity, the weather's always nice, forest, there's space. It's great.
Yeah.
And you can be in the center in like, 30, 40 minutes?
You can.
For Büyükçekmece, you need at least an hour. But it's, what I like about Istanbul is that if you want to, create your own lifestyle that works for you, you can do that in here.
Absolutely.
So there isn't one thing, the city doesn't dictate that, you work in the central Istanbul, you need to stay in the central Istanbul, in these apartments. No,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree 110% with you there.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Kadıköy, for example. I love the Asian side, for example.
Kadıköy, beautiful.
Yani,
beautiful.
Indeed. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a huge Fenerbahce fan, so that might have
I used to be a Fenerbahce fan.
What happened? Why'd you give up?
Well, I stopped sporting any teams,
Football,
and I stopped watching football. I box, as you know.
I know you do.
You train me from time to time.
I do every now and then, and you're a very clever young man, a
Thank you
very
much.
determined boxer as well.
I'm knocking out all bums.
You're knocking out all bums. Indeed,
Yeah.
you are. Indeed, you are. You ain't touching me. You know that, don't
No,
you?
I'm not touching you, but I'm so handsome, so young, so fast. Last night I cut the lights in my room and I was in my bed before the room got dark.
Guys, this is a bit of trash talk, okay? So please,
It's not trash
It's a bit
talking.
of trash talk. You know what I mean?
It's not I know I'm great. I know I'm great.
Dude, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make a video of us actually boxing every now and then,
Fighting,
and then
yeah.
put it on the.
Yeah, huge Ali fan. Huge,
Oh, yeah.
I memorize most of his poems.
Oh yeah, that I must say. This
Yeah.
guy is like a walking encyclopedia of boxing. I mean, he knows everything.
I know.
mean,
Look,
I thought I knew about boxing, but this guy is unbelievable.
boxing is look. One thing about boxing that I really like, it's there's so much to learn. There are so many greats. There are so many great people who boxed, and obviously you have a giant like Ali who's taking the sport to next level. Muhammad Ali is a true inspiration.
And
right?
the rest.
He's my inspiration, not only in sports, not only in boxing. I would rate myself as a beginner when it comes to boxing. Not all that good, nothing. But watching Muhammad Ali, and it's just that guy gives you motivation to go on anything that
absolutely.
you're working, etc. We were talking about Fethiye, basically.
So anyhow, and then we have two beautiful daughters. One was both born in Fethiye. So actually, one was born in Fethiye. The other one was born in Sakarya, my dad's town, where he's originally from. And they grew up in Fethiye, and then we moved out to Istanbul. Now they both, one of them's still at university, and the other one's a professional tennis coach.
Yeah.
Both boxers, by the way. Both girls boxers.
They box beautiful.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
So we love the lifestyle out here. We love Turkey. I
l-
mean, it's just.
Let me ask you something, Nez. Obviously, you were Turkish and you knew Turkish before you come in here.
Well, not very well though. Let's be honest.
I understand that.
Yeah, please understand this.
But
I'm actually very proud of my Turkish now, because when I speak Turkish, people tell
your
me
Turkish is better than mine now.
no, I wouldn't go that far, but people actually say they can't tell that I'm from Australia
I
originally.
wouldn't.
And if I speak
I
English,
wouldn't.
yeah. So
And I'm telling you, I think your Turkish is probably better than mine because I'm from a village myself. I'm Turkish.
yeah,
Was born and grew up in Turkey. Really, very small portion of my life I lived abroad. Most of my life I spent in Turkey. But I could say that your Turkish is easily better than mine.
oh, thank you very
Yeah,
much. That's
definitely.
unbelievable. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, take note, guys. This is brilliant. I'm proud of
Do
myself.
take note. Yeah.
I'm proud of
And
myself.
also, Nez, I
Yes,
mean,
mate.
for Australians
Mhm.
or Aussies, people who want to, migrate to Turkey, want to live here, or these could be, people who are in the UK or the US, Canada, whatever. Coming to Turkey, based on your experience, what would be the most the biggest difficulties that these people would face, and how would they tackle them?
Language barrier. That's probably the biggest. It used to be a lot worse. It is getting much better. A lot of people are, there are a lot of English speakers now. I mean, when I first came, nobody spoke English. Nobody spoke. Only when I went to Fethiye and bumped into British people, I heard English speaking, or friends from Australia that came out to visit. Nobody spoke. So the language barrier was unbelievable. It really was. I mean, buying an ice cream was difficult. Trust me.
Really?
Buying an ice cream, yeah, it was difficult. It wasn't easy. Turks are angels. Turks are brilliant people, but they do love to make fun of your accent. They do they do like to take the Mickey out of you. Once they get the chance, and mate, they do take you for a bit of a ride.
Yeah.
It's all in good fun, I must say, but they do make fun of you.
How about racism? I mean, as a Turk, you wouldn't face racism in Turkey, but obviously you had a lot of Australian friends, a lot of Brits, a lot of European friends of yours, and you existed in that environment, or in that bubble, so to speak, because expat life in Turkey is a bit of a bubble, isn't it?
It is.
And do you think there is racism in Turkey from Turks towards foreigners?
Okay, now I've visited a lot of countries. I've seen a lot of places. I've seen a lot, and I've got to be very honest. And this isn't just me trying to make this place look glamorous. It's not me trying to make Turkey look, wow, what a beautiful country. But I'm going to be 110% honest with you here and say it's a lot less than people think it is.
Yes.
It's a lot less. I mean, racism is non-existent.
Yes.
Right? Prejudice, maybe a little bit. But racism, the only thing they will be prejudiced against is if you're wearing, say, for example, you're a football fan of one team and you wear another team's jersey, and they will be prejudiced against you that because of that jersey, though. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
So it's not there.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing about it. I mean, look, when coloured footballers used to come to Turkey, mate, they used to worship them. They used to love them. I can name you a lot of people. They used to love them. They used to worship them.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty. They accept everything and everybody as you are. They accept everybody.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you something. Actually, see, it all depends how you categorize or how you define racism or what racism is.
Agreed.
Certainly, racism in America wouldn't be the same with the racism in, say, Japan. I mean, certain racism exists anywhere because we're people.
Agreed.
And we want to be, together with our own kind, people who look like us, talk like us, and walk like us. And the ones who are different, we have a natural, instinctual, prejudice. That's given. That's anywhere in the world. But in Turkey, I'd say the kind of racism here is not because people want to, people hate other people, but because they're not used to seeing different people, and they want to know more about it. And sometimes the things they say would sound racist.
But that's not racism.
Yeah, but let me explain. See, if you take what Turks say to certain foreigners and say the same thing in the UK, people go, oh, such a racist, But here, I'll give you an example. When I was in my university in Izmir, I had a lot of African friends.
Okay.
Yeah. And these Africans, they would use metro, the underground. And they would be like, and they would always tell me, Alaattin, you know what? I don't think Turkey's racist, but people are looking at us and they're asking us weird questions. And I'm like, look, dude, it's not because they're racist. It's because, see, I saw this guy last night in a Hollywood movie. You were just, killing people, or, a high-speed car chasing, or you were rapping with your friends and all of that. All of a sudden, I see you in the metro. You're like a normal person, riding the metro. And, and the guy will think, hold on a second. Is this guy, what? Because subconscious, right? That's how colored folks were categorized in the minds of people who are watching only Hollywood. Yeah. So when they see that person right in front of them, obviously they want to ask him questions. And the questions they would ask, man, where are you from? what language do you speak? What's your religion?
Yeah.
Do you believe in God? Do you believe in Allah? Do you do this? Do you go there? Oh, it's such weird questions because they don't know. So you do the same thing in the UK. You look at black people and say, oh my God, what is this person? And ask, what's your religion? What's your name? Are you married? Are you this? Are you that? In the UK, you'd be proper racist.
You'd be arrested. You'd be in trouble.
Yeah,
but
but
in
here
Turkey,
people are curious.
In Turkey, I'd call it curiosity with a pinch of salt.
Yeah,
just a bit of No, look, I mean, this all sounds romantic and nice, but seriously, it is what it is. The only thing, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can fault, just like anywhere else around the world. But the main issue in Turkey is the Turkish drivers. That's the only.
Really?
Yeah, they're maniacs.
You don't like
man.
Turkish drivers?
Man, they're maniacs. I mean, once they get behind the wheel, honestly, they turn into I don't know. Oh man, they're just. I mean, they. I don't know. They all think they're F1 drivers,
Yeah.
and then. But other than that, it's.
I was in Finland once,
Okay.
and I was about to cross the street, and I was standing on the sidewalk, and a bus was coming, and the bus stopped. The driver's looking at me. I'm looking at the driver. He's looking at me. I'm looking at, and I'm like, "What the hell am I supposed to do? Why is he not passing so that I can pass after it?" He's just saying that.
Why are you
And
not
then
passing?
I started walking, and I walked, and I looked behind. The traffic started back on,
Yeah.
and this instance happened a couple times. And back then, I was like, what, 18 or 19? I would have been, and for me, it was
Massive
very
culture
strange.
shock,
And I
wasn't
was
it?
like, why would they stop because I'm waiting?
Yeah.
Because in Turkey, you have a chance, you cross the street.
You run.
Yeah,
You don't cross, you
otherwise,
run.
otherwise nobody's gonna stop for you.
It's a
Nobody.
it's a case of
Yeah.
why the Turk crossed the street. You just keep running.
And if they stop, you'll be like, I stop. Whenever I see a passenger attempting to cross the street, not when they're waiting on the sideline,
Yeah.
sometimes I stop. And they're like, oh, thank you, Abidjan, thank you.
Okay. What about the cars behind you?
Yeah.
Hooting their horn and
move.
yeah, abusing
Yeah.
you and
Yeah,
turning,
yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only. To be honest, I mean that's my, the road rage.
Yeah.
I would call it. It is a bit weird in this country. They do become maniacs behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Take them off the wheel and they're angels. You know,
Yeah.
they'll share their food and they'll be their best mate and so on. Straight away, they're so friendly. But nonetheless, behind the wheel.
It's a different culture. I mean, go to India.
Apparently, it's worse. I've never been. Apparently, it's worse there.
It's worse.
I don't know. I've never been.
It's a
Apparently,
different. Like you need to be a philosopher to be able to drive
You
in
think
the
so?
streets, mate. Murtaza, if there is a shot of Indian traffic, please show it, and then you'll see how people pass. You know?
Oh no, I've seen
Oh my
shots
God,
like that.
yeah.
I just thought it might be a bit because
Yeah.
it's so busy and so hectic and everything. I thought
Yeah.
it might be a bit more. What's the word? A bit more anger coming out, but I guess they're all used to it. They're just taking.
See, that's the thing. I was
Yeah.
listening to this guy called what was his name? Yeah, he was a guru,
Okay.
Sadhguru.
Okay.
He does yoga.
Okay. I'm not very familiar. I'm sorry.
I think he's a yoga instructor or something like it. It's a grey beard.
Right. Fair enough.
And the guy basically said that there is an order in chaos in India.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
I do.
They say there is a chaos everywhere. For example, in traffic, almost you have no rules, no speed limit, nothing. People are just woo, woo. But people are used to that. The moment you introduce a new law to regulate that, that's when you have problems.
Right.
If you let people leave and be themselves, and then that begs the question that are we freer than those people and drivers in India?
No, we're not.
See, let me ask you another question then.
Okay.
So you said the Turkish drivers, they're maniacs behind
They get
the wheel.
aggressive. They get very aggressive.
Do you think?
My wife gets aggressive behind the wheel in Turkey.
I get aggressive.
My wife gets
I get
aggressive.
aggressive.
Come on, man, and she's an angel.
You're driving, all of a sudden the guys are coming into you, like, "Darn." You got to do something.
My wife curses,
Yeah.
and she reckons I'm
I
bad.
curse a lot. I curse
Listen, dude, I mean, I'd expect it from you, but not from
Yeah.
my wife. Come on.
a lot. Yeah. When I'm driving the car and I'm like, okay, this is curse mode on. And I was like, and then once it's finished, knock the door, say, hi, hello, how are you? Just, good, all the Latin back on. But see, places like Australia, you guys have a lot of rules.
Too many
only
rules.
Traffic.
Too many rules.
People decide where you can smoke, where you cannot. Out in the, normal weather and all of that. And
Hence the reason why I love this country. Trust
it's-
me, Turks don't believe this because they've never been, they've never seen, those countries. But trust me, this country is so much freer, if that's a word
Yeah,
to use.
yeah.
Trust me on this.
So that's one difference that you
Mate,
find.
are you kidding? Are you kidding, man? I mean, you see a police officer, a cop as we call them in Australia, a police officer, and excuse the French, but dude, you're proper worried, you're proper scared because he's going to find a fault. He's going to find a fault and fine you. In Turkey, cops are so easy going.
Yeah.
Seriously, so friendly. Like, come on,
Yeah.
man, let us off. And like,
Yeah,
tell me, all right, keep walking.
If you have an excuse, they'll be okay.
A legitimate excuse.
Half legitimate.
All right, okay, half
They'd
legitimate.
be okay with it. You know that there's this lockdown now, so everybody's late, right? It's 9 o'clock, nobody's allowed on traffic, and it's 9:15. I'm driving, the police stops me. What happened? Abi, work, too much work. Go. Chal, go.
My mum once got pulled over,
Yeah.
right, for not having a seatbelt. She forgot to put a seatbelt on, right, for not
Yeah.
having a seatbelt. And the copper moved over and says, Teyze, which means auntie. That's what they call him in Turkey. And he says, Teyze, why haven't you got a seatbelt? And mum's like, oh, I forgot my chewing gum. My gum's not here. And the
Yeah.
guy just started laughing and said, Teyze, please put your seatbelt on and keep driving.
Yeah,
Seriously, this is a genuine story. It happened to my mum.
that could happen. Definitely. Yeah.
Um,
Cool. All right. Here's the thing.
Please.
There's certainly a lot to talk about.
A lot.
We can go hours and hours
We
and
could.
hours. But what I want to say basically is that the reason why I got you here on the show is because so that our clients can see that you not only a real estate agent or an investment consultant, you actually been through this.
Yes, I have.
Right.
I've been through the lot. Trust me.
Yes. And what is your golden advice for a foreigner? This could be an Aussie. Doesn't matter. A foreigner who's planning to move to Turkey, not just buy a real estate, move and live in Turkey. What is your golden advice?
Wow. This is
Tough question.
This is proper tough.
Tough
and
question.
to be honest, you got me where I didn't do any homework from. Where I didn't study. Advice. Look, think it over. Seriously, think it over. Maybe come and spend some time here. Talk to people who are in the know-how. Talk to me. Talk to Alaattin. He's been overseas. Talk to Cameron. We got like so many consultants. We got a young lady from Britain who's from Britain. We've got another guy from Australia. We've got people from all over the world. Talk to people. Ask for their advice. It's not just a case of selling you the house and getting your money and then forgetting about you. Talk to us. Use us, because we're here to be used. We're here to help.
Yeah.
I've been through 27 years. I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
I've had my own business. I've gone bankrupt. I was fortunate enough to meet Cameron Degan through his business partners in Fethiye. And then we just hit it off straight away. We've been mates ever since. And then he took me, trained me, because the guy's a genius, mate. Cameron Degan's a genius. He trained me. He taught me everything I know. And and life has been a breeze ever since. So you talk to me. Like, I was fortunate enough to meet Cameron. And talk to me, talk to our team, talk to people here. Let us know what it is you want. Let us know what it is you don't want. Let us know everything. We're here to help.
Yeah.
That's why there's Property Turkey, not just to sell property,
Yeah.
but as well. Like, you guys make some brilliant videos. I mean, you guys have
Thanks,
tried to
man.
help. Seriously.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm not being biased. I'm not being just because we're on the same team. I'm not, seriously. They're brilliant videos. You guys have done a superb job.
Thanks.
So use them videos. Talk to us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my advice. Do your homework. We were unfortunate. We didn't have Google. We didn't have any. We couldn't
You
get
learn
on.
through the hard way.
Exactly. I mean, my dad went to Australia. Let's be honest. He didn't even know he was going to Australia at first. He thought it was Austria at first. You think I'm
That's a funny
kidding?
story.
You think I'm kidding?
Yeah.
At first, when he saw the advertisement in the newspaper, he says to my mum, "Let's go to Austria." It took him, I don't know how long to realize it was Australia.
And they realized it when they were in the country.
I can't say. I'm not 100% certain. There's a possibility that might be the case.
Imagine.
And to be honest, they went to Australia. Look, 1969, 1970, they got nothing. They don't know. They ain't got Google. They ain't got anything. How brave are these people? Yeah, we got Google now. We got navigations and everything. We know what to expect, and they knew nothing. They went to Melbourne. In Melbourne, they were in a refugee camp. And then from the refugee camp, they decided. I thought, nah. Somebody said, oh, there's more work. There's better opportunities in Sydney. So 1,000 kilometres, they drove in a little car to Sydney. So you've got this opportunity. Use us. Talk to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be my best advice.
Cool.
Do your homework. You know what I mean? But I must say, before I let you, I know you want to pack up and leave, but I got to say, I do miss Australia regarding rugby league and cricket.
Yeah.
I do miss it. I mean, it doesn't exist here, mate. I'm sorry to say, and that is a proper.
Well, there's TV and internet. Yeah.
It's not the same. I actually want to go to the match.
I know?
I want to go to the match and sit there and scream and yell.
Mate.
Look. I want to have my pie. Do you know what a pie is? I want to have my pie and my drink. Do you know what I mean? On the hill at the SCG, bro. Come on, it's not the same, man.
Well,
That's all I miss. I got to be honest. And my relatives, Teze, Enişte.
Yeah.
I do miss you guys. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, there's a lot that we miss about home, don't we?
Of course, there is. I'm only
And
kidding.
I miss a lot about my village.
But
too.
Turkey's my home now.
Yeah.
Turkey's my home. It will. I mean, I don't have any intentions to. I do have intentions to go back and visit once the pandemic clears up, but I don't have any intentions to move back and live there.
Yeah.
Turkey's home. I mean, I love this country.
Cool. And we love you here, Nez.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining. This was a fun discussion.
Well,
We got to know you a little
thank
bit.
you.
And guys out there, our audience, if you're planning to move to Turkey from any of those countries, doesn't have to be any of those countries, but if you are from Australia and you're thinking about as an Aussie, what would be
No, not Aussie.
Aussie.
Get it right.
AU whatever. Okay, and an Aussie,
Not whatever. Aussie.
Aussie.
Thank you.
Is as an Aussie, what would be some of the hardships that I would be facing? There's a living example. Just give this guy a call with this WhatsApp number. Text us, and I'll make sure that Nez Can reads your message and gives you a call. Thank you very much, guys, and see you in the next one.
Take care.